How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. It's been about 2 months since I reviewed this Ecovacs X11 OMNICYCLONE robotic vacuum. This is their flagship product, so they integrated their most advanced features all into this machine. Of course, because of all these features, there's a price to match. Years ago, they would have separate robotic vacuums and separate mops. They integrated it all into one. So instead of buying 2 separate machines where you have a vacuum robot and a mopping robot, you have one instead. So theoretically, this is a little bit cheaper. Let me remove this. Quickly now, I'm going to spell out all the advanced features. This is a bagless robotic vacuum. So it uses this cyclone technology, centripetal force, so all the dust gets flung around the outside. Many handheld vacuum cleaners uses this type to be bagless these days. It has 2 different compartments for 2 different solutions, one for regular use and one for heavy mop washing and also heavy floor washing. They have their Omni Roller 2.0, which has a dense fuzz on it, so it can mop much better with a lot of pressure on the floor. It can also extend out further, so it can reach the corners better. There's this little blue flap here that helps it overcome obstacles if there's anything it needs to climb over, some kind of ledges in your home. One of the highest suction power in the industry at 19,500 pascals and 38 cubic feet per minute. Of course, it can park in here, automatically empty the dustbin, automatically wash your mops, even with hot water, and it can also dry the mops too with hot air. One of the things that you can't see just on the surface is that it has this power boost technology where it would try to charge the batteries quickly while it's washing the mop. So when it comes back to the station, does its mop washing so that it can come back out. While it's doing that, it can top it off about 6% in about 3 minutes. Does this even matter? If you have a larger house, it's gonna run out of battery, then this topping up would help it keep on going. Out of the 3 robotic vacuums that I currently have, this is the one that I would keep, and the rest I would probably try to get rid of at some point. Why? Because it has all the things that I want and it can do what I want. No bag is important for me. Having a solution of some kind, I actually don't need 2 different solutions. Makes it so that the floor is not oily. If you get like a little bit of oil in it, if you get a machine that does not have the solution, it's just gonna use water and it's just going to kind of spread the oil around. But with the solution, it makes it very, very clean. The heavy duty one is not as necessary unless you plan to clean up very, very big messes on the floor. Also in this machine is the triple lift system where you have 3 elements, the main brush, the side brush, and the mop. Each of them can lift individually depending what it's cleaning. When you're mopping, you don't want these bristles to touch that wet mess. So the side brush and the main brush will lift up into itself so it doesn't touch the wet mess. If you're vacuuming carpeted floor, you don't want a wet mop to touch the carpet or else it will get it wet. So in that case, you want the mop to lift on its own. There's also another case where you have big particles and you don't want the brush to kind of hit it and throw it all across the floor. In that case, a side brush and the mop will lift and their center brush on its own will do the vacuuming. It also has this zero tangle technology. In my experience of using this, it has these little sharp combs inside the brushes. When some hair gets caught in the rollers, these sharp cones will snag onto it and pull it off. It works like a charm, and I never get hair stuck in here that I have to manually clean myself. With that said, let me do some tests that I did not do before with this machine. First thing I'm gonna do is try to clean a very big mess. Typically, I use 1 ketchup packet for a floor of this size. Today, I'm gonna use 2 of them and push the limits a little bit more. Many times I don't like doing this because it gets the brushes all sticky. This machine is gonna recognize that, oh, it's only gonna mop, it's gonna lift all of that up so it's not gonna get dirty. Let's apply this and run it and see how it does. Here we go. It finished 1 round. I'm gonna check how clean it is right in the center. Pretty good. I'm gonna use a paper towel. Pretty good. It's not perfect. There's still a little bit of residue left. I'm not sure if it shows up on the camera, but there's a little bit left here. Here, little light ketchup there, very light here, and a little darker on the lower left over here. But that's just 1 round for super heavy stains. You can see I am using vac and mop mode. Strong suction power. It's not supposed to suck much and I didn't hear it do it. Maximum water flow rate because it got to pick up all that ketchup. And then deep cleaning 2 times mode. So it already did 2 passes. So let's start it. I'm gonna run it another time and see if it cleans it up a little bit better. Second round of cleaning. There's a little bit underneath the door, but it can't really mop there because it's underneath. Very faint stains in the corner and just a little bit on the left here, very faint. But the second cleaning really makes things look a lot better. Use the other side of the napkin here. Wipe up some of this that was not wiped. It's definitely not sticky. It used a solution. It kind of degreased it, and this is what's left after I clean towards the corners. It's clean enough where I can slide a little bit even. As much as I want to pile on an inch of debris on the carpet and let the robot vacuum take care of everything, sometimes it gets stuck. The capacity of most of these robots, it's not just this one, it's just not enough. So I have to do somewhat of a more realistic case. I have some paper shreds and some pet hair here. I can spread all over this and see how well it does. Everywhere around the corners, some on the tile floors, and now with the pet hair. Typically with hairs, even if you have a lot of it, you can't really see it on the carpet. This is a pretty worst case here where it's kind of like in big clumps like this. If I just kind of spread it around more and more, it kind of disappears into the carpet. So I'll just leave it kind of like clumpy so that we can see it a little bit better on the camera, and I'll run it. I've tested this before. It actually did a really good job this time. I set it on maximum suction and the highest density vacuuming grid. So it went horizontal and then vertical. And then you can see all these lines here. Makes the carpet looks really clean with these vacuum lines. Very few debris left over. One piece here, if you didn't see, there's one piece in the corner here. That's only because it can't reach here because my carpet is kind of like folded downwards like that, and one tiny little piece here. So very little debris left. Now I'm gonna check on the pet hair. I don't even see any little bits left over here. When I tested other vacuum cleaners, sometimes there's a very thin layer. I have to run it again, but not this one, just one time in high density mode. Lastly, let me go over here and we'll check out the canister. All of the pet hair is right there. A little bit is stuck right there. Seems like I have more pet hair than what I started with. I think it's because there's some pet hair that I couldn't even see on this carpet and it's picking that up. I think I had like about this much that I put down, so almost twice as much pet hair. I've got several comments saying that, hey, you know, you're just reviewing this, you won't really buy this yourself. Keep in mind that I have spent over $1,000 on robotic vacuums with my own money before. The one I bought is several years ago. It's kind of outdated now, not as good as this one. Let's say I don't have any robotic vacuums right now. Which one would I buy? I would personally wait for a good deal on this one and get this one because I like all the features in it. If you guys are interested in this robotic vacuum, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.